Joined by Craig Button and Bryan Hayes. Hey guys, big changes in Leafs land. The latest, no more music at practice. Mike Babcock did not allow music. Keefe came in and the guys could blare their tunes. And now Berube says, that's it, no more. So Hayes, what is this? A sign of a shifty Leaf culture or just another distraction from the real issues that this team is currently facing?
No, I think it's a sign that Craig Berube is going to operate this the way he wants to. I don't think this is him reacting to a Sheldon Keefe operation. Craig Berube has to establish the way he wants this team to operate. And we can maybe laugh at it, mock it from the outside. I personally sit here and I'm not sure how much it makes a difference, but it doesn't matter what you and I think or Craig thinks or anyone else. What matters is what Craig Berube believes in. What does he believe this team needs to operate as? What type of work ethic, what type of ethics, what type of approach to every single day when you're at the ice, when you're at the rink, when you're on the road, when you're in the hotel, when you're in a restaurant, whatever it is representing the Maple Leafs, as Craig Berube wants this well-oiled machine to be well-oiled. So yes, maybe it's not the highest priority, and I'm sure there's a lot of other coaches in the league that might sit there and roll their eyes and say, is it really necessary? Maybe there are some benefits to some noise and to some music, what have you. But this is Craig Berube establishing from day one, I do it differently. And again, I don't think it's a reaction to Sheldon Keefe or Mike Babcock or anyone else in the past. And I think that's important. If he believes in it, the players will believe in it, and every single detail matters if you want to get the ultimate goal in the end.
I'm going to harness my inner Allen Iverson. Music? We're talking about music? Really? That's what it's come to? Music? This is what it's all about now for the Toronto Maple Leafs? There's no music at practice? Practice? Music? Come on, give me a break. Do you know what this is? Much ado about absolutely nothing. I don't care if they have music or they don't have music. You think about famous songs that represent the Toronto Maple Leafs. The most famous one is the 50 Mission Cap about Bill Barilko. Part of the lyrics were they didn't win another till the year his body was discovered. Well, maybe they'll discover they don't need music to win. But more than that, Craig Berube applied to music school. He was not accepted because they told him he did not have an ear for music.
Craig, I couldn't agree with you more. The fact that we're even talking about this seems to point out how desperately this team needs change. The Panthers won the Cup. The Oilers went to the final. We're not talking about music or no music at their practices. Last year, the goal song was causing a stir. Why does it seem like these issues only surround the Toronto Maple Leafs right now?
I have no idea, Gino, but let me just be very clear here. I could care less. And you know what the Toronto Maple Leafs could care less about? All this chatter around them. The fans care about one thing, competing for a Stanley Cup. That's what Craig Berube's about. That's what Brendan Shanahan's about. That's what the players are about. So let's just dispatch with all this kind of needless chatter about music or whatever may be coming up when there's really a lot more to talk about than music at practice.
Well, there's an insatiable appetite for Leaf content and Leaf news. I mean, let's clarify that. It's the largest hockey fan base on earth, and people want to know what is different. And what is different about this team is not the core four, or the core five, if you include Morgan Riley. It's Craig Berube. And I think why this is a story or intriguing to Leaf fans is they want to get to know Craig Berube, the head coach. They want to know who he is because he's the one that ultimately is going to have to push him over the top because a lot of the same players who have failed in the playoffs year after year after year, they're still here. So what's different? Yeah, you got a couple of different goalies, a couple of different defensemen, some different depth forwards. Max Pacioretty's a cool story. Ultimately, if you're a Leaf fan, it's Craig Berube. What does he do differently? And again, I don't think the music on or music off is going to affect whether or not they win Game 7s in the spring. But if you're a Leaf fan, why wouldn't you want something different than the way Sheldon Keefe operated? I don't think any Leaf fan out there is pining for that. So if Craig Berube is going to do it differently and Craig Berube is going to let you know this is how I operate, Leaf fans want to know it, Leaf fans are intrigued by it, and Leaf fans ultimately are hoping that it works in the end.
I guess the good news for the Leafs, we're talking about music at practice and not about the fact they gave up 6 goals to what was basically the Sens American Hockey League roster in a preseason game on Sunday night.